The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. If you're a sensitive snowflake that may get easily offended, then turn this off immediately. If you want to hear the real truth about the gun culture, then stick around. This is the Armed Citizen Podcast. What is going on, my Ghost Squad? Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number 246. Today is Flag Day, June 14th, 2022. Happy Flag Day. If you're not aware of what Flag Day is, it's the day, June 14th, I believe it was 1777, I believe, that the U.S. adopted the U.S. flag. So happy Flag Day for those that are out there that actually know about it. So yeah, we are live as always on YouTube and over on Facebook. If you're out there in the live chat, welcome. Lay us down a message out there. Let us know that you're out there. We don't know that you're out there unless you say something. If you're wanting to call in or text in, yes, you can call or text in. Utilize the Ghost Tactical Hotline presented by some dude named Rod and some chick named Shelly over at Aegis Gun Care. Don't know them very well. They're kind of weird people, but we're going to find out a little bit more about them here in a little bit later. But that number is 530-364-4678. If you're a veteran, really anybody, but especially if you're a veteran and you're in that hole, you're in the darkness and you're searching for that light, call me, text me, email me 24/7. I cannot give you medical advice, but I could probably be a pretty decent ear and help you through some stuff. If you are looking for someone that can get you into some medical attention and medical advice, remember two things. One, you're not alone in this fight. You have a lot of brothers and sisters out here that are willing and able to help you in this fight and help you out of the darkness. And two, the world is a much better place with you in it. So please, please, please utilize the Veteran Crisis Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. Once again, 1-800-273-8255, the Veteran Crisis Hotline. We are spotlighting, as always, the United States Marine Corps. If you have any questions on what it takes to earn the title of United States Marine, see the website marines.com. And as always, we're a proud member of the Self-Defense Radio Network. Check out all the great pro-gun, pro-two-way podcasts over on selfdefenseradio.net. Let me get this off of my ugly mug and say hello to, he's a quasi co-host this thing. And no, that is not an avatar. That is really Clover. He will not blink for the next hour, hour and a half, 4 hours, however long this fiasco is going to go.
That's commitment, baby.
That's commitment. That's right. And see, he can even talk without moving his mouth. It's pretty impressive. He's smoking.
I don't want the pipe to fall out. So
that's true. That's fair. That's fair. From the great state of Texas, riding shotgun with his, as always, the tactical virus. Leprechaun himself. What's up, Clove? How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm hot. I'm tired. I'm bitchy. But other than that, the theater was great.
So you're playing me today, apparently.
I am. I'm playing Mr. Grumpy. Yeah. It's one of us has to. Yeah,
right. All right. Break the matrix. Otherwise,
yeah. We break the matrix every week. Let's just be honest.
Guarantee you.
Yeah. For those out there that know that you ride shotgun, we always do a shotgun of the week. So lay it on us. What's a shotgun of the week this week?
Just got just got done earlier having a conversation with TriStar. So, they've got a Bristol. They call it their Bristol series side by sides, and those are available in all the gauges. I say all the gauges. 410, 28, 20, 16, and 12, which is modern times anyway, is all the gauges. But pretty nice. I got a couple different trim packages on there, whether it's case hardened or stainless, and gold inlays and different types of wood. And you can
are they brake action or are they
side by side? Side by side brake action.
Okay, brake action.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't know that TriStar was in the shotgun game.
Right.
Then again, I don't know much about TriStars. I know who they are, but I don't know much about them.
That's their main game. They, when and they were making one time they were making, and I forgot who picked that up. Somebody else picked up the design, but they were making a CZ-ish looking, like the Tanfoglios and those, right? A CZ-ish looking one there for a while, handgun. And somebody else picked up that design. I can't remember who. But they picked up when Eagle Imports did their thing and got liquidated out and whatever. TriStar picked up American Classic as well. So they're doing shotguns, and then they also do American Classic on that end. And that may be why they dumped their other handgun line when they picked that up. I don't know. I don't know the history behind it, but they've done shotguns for some time now.
All right. Well, before we bring in our special, I say, guest tonight, let's say hi to some people. You got Jason Armajo or Armajo. I'm going to say Armajo. Hope I don't butcher that too bad over the Facebook. It's like, send me a shirt. Send me $20. I'll send you a shirt. Actually, if you go to the website, ghosttacticalproductions.com, go over to our shirt store and you can pick out whatever shirt you want. We got a lot of different designs, a lot of different colors. You can pick that out over on our website.
Speaking of shirts, your white rhino for sure tonight from where I'm sitting.
It's actually the light is right here. It's actually pink.
I figured that. I thought you had a pink shirt.
The hat is white, but the hat is white.
You're all washed out white looking. I'm like, he's white rhino tonight. That's awesome.
Yeah, the light, it's what it is. It's I changed the LED bulbs to white light or the sunlight.
Yeah.
So
if you had a 24 karat gold 1911, you'd be pimping, man.
I'm pimping it regardless. Pimping ain't easy. Pimping ain't easy.
That's true, especially not in this economy.
This is true. Gunpowder Beauty, hello, darling. How are you? John Houseman's over there. He says, hi. Tone Frog's out there. Says, hello to everybody. Hello, Tone Frog. I like that name, by the way. Jacob says, don't laugh. I stepped on a bee. That ain't fun. And if it was a bee, I think Clover would be okay. If it was a wasp, thered be a big, big panic with Clover.
Oh, yeah, no kidding. But, he said that, and I have, it brings back some very painful childhood memories. So we were out in the fields. I couldn't have been no more than probably 3 or 4. It's one of my earliest memories, which is crazy. And we were picking watermelons, right? In the watermelon patch and loading them up. And of course I was in the truck and I was, helping load them into the truck, that sort of thing. And apparently a bumblebee had burrowed into a watermelon. That's the only thing that we could come up with. And I was in the truck. Obviously I was small, so I was walking on the watermelons and stuff, right? And got stung in the foot, like right square in the bottom of the foot, man. At
least you got stung in the foot and not in your mouth. If you were to eat the watermelon and the bee got in your mouth, that would have been really true.
But bumblebees are pretty big. It'd be kind of hard to eat. Now, funny story about honeybees. I've actually had honeybees. I don't know if you've ever been outside drinking a soda or something with bees around. But they will go after your sugary soda, and they will
try to get inside that can for sure.
You will get a bumblebee in the mouth. So I've had that before, and thankfully never been stung.
Yeah. Got a bunch of people in there saying hi. So welcome everybody. If you're new to the channel, new to the show, welcome to the dark side. We don't promise to make you any smarter. We just, honest to God, we just try not to make you any dumber. So enjoy the show. Our special guest. And I use special very loosely here. Our special guest, he's a lot of things. One, he's a very dear friend, but he's also owns a company that's a very dear friend of the channel. And you guys hear me talk about them all the time, and they sponsor our hotline. Rod Gates from Aegis Gun Care. What's going on, Home Diggity? Everything good with you?
Oh, yeah. Real quick, the director of security jumped up and wanted to say hi.
Oh.
So better say hi because he's about to get fired because he sucks. He sleeps 90% of the time. So.
There's a joke there, but I'm not going to go there. This could be a family show. I don't think anyone's out there.
He's probably a union.
Rod likes his puss, man. Just saying. Rod likes the puss.
Right.
Well, he's been around for a day or two. So.
Yeah,
I think we've had him for like 18 years. So,
yeah.
But yeah, he's not much good at anything.
Well,
but no, things are going good. Things are real good.
Good. I know that we got to talk about some new products coming up here. Excited about that. If you guys aren't familiar with Aegis Gun Care, I'll go ahead and put the link out there to definitely go check out. It's the gun cleaner that I use. There is the Aegis hat that Rod is wearing. He's got the lube right there. Whoop, hello. He's got the lube right there. I'm sure he's got the solvent as well. There's a solvent, the cleaner. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. A lot of people use their stuff and have been using it for a long time. But yeah, we'll talk a little bit about new products coming up. You've got some other exciting news possibly coming down later this fall or late summer. But before we do that, everyone knows that every week we go through our polls. And every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday at 10 a.m. over on our YouTube community tab, we put up polls, and we like to have some fun. Usually it's a music or food or a movie or something. And then we always have something gun related, obviously, as well. But we put 3 polls out every week, and we enjoy going through them. Last week, apparently, I forgot to do the polls. So we've got 2 weeks worth. We're going to run through them real quick. 12 days ago, 1.7 thousand votes. Of these, who is the greatest movie villain ever? And there's only one answer. Everyone else that voted the other way is just wrong. The choices we have: Hannibal Lecter, Darth Vader, the Joker, Voldemort, or Michael Myers. Rod, of those, who's the best movie villain? And I say villain because villain could be a good thing, you know.
I'd have to go with Darth Vader.
Then you're okay, my friend. There's only one answer to this. Clover.
Okay.
Here we go.
He's going to put the caveat out of here, so let's talk this.
So first of all, I don't view Darth Vader as a villain because I'm an Empire.
I don't either, but he is a villainous.
The way the way it was worded out of the list, Darth Vader. But I was upset Hans Gruber was not in there.
Ooh.
I almost put Hans instead of Voldemort. I almost put Hans Gruber in there. I did. And I think Hans might have given Vader a little bit more of a running than anything that we had else on the list. That would have been a good one. That's my bad. I fell short, and he was in my thought process. He really was. Honestly, I didn't know if a lot of people would know who Hans Gruber is.
Well, how many people know who Voldemort is?
There's a lot of people that watch Harry Potter, bro. A lot of people.
Really? Is there really? Society's doomed, man.
I'm with you, Clover. I only knew who he was because of my kids, but.
And we're not supposed. Isn't that the dude that you're not supposed to say his name or something? And we've said it like 1,000 times.
This is true. Yeah.
That's the dude that didn't have a nose or something, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
What about Beetlejuice? Come on now.
Oh God, that's so.
Yeah, there could have been so many good ones.
He's the mayor of Chicago.
Exactly.
Wow, that's.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. All right, with 38% of the vote coming in first place, obviously the greatest villain ever, maybe one of the greatest characters ever written in a movie, Darth Vader. Darth Vader is number one. At second place with 28% is Joker. Third place with 21% is Hannibal Lecter. And fourth place with 9% is Michael Myers, or Mike Myers if you're an SNL fan. And coming in dead ass last, who maybe should have been Hans Gruber, and 4% is Voldemort. So it is what it is. The next one, 1.7 thousand votes 10 days ago. Best summertime snack. And I gave you watermelon, ice cream, popsicles, pizza, or other. Clover?
Ice cold watermelon, baby.
Watermelon's pretty salty. Literally and figuratively.
If you put salt on it. But let me tell you what, if you get a good enough watermelon, it don't
you don't need to. Yeah, absolutely. Jacob says, who is Hannibal Lecter? Do yourself a favor and do 2 things. One, go watch the movie Silence of the Lambs. Phenomenal movie. And then go watch the first season of Hannibal. You can probably find it on a streaming service. It's dark.
Book,
it's amazingly. It is. I wouldn't know. I don't know how to read. So it is what it is. But the TV show Hannibal, it's deep, dark, man. I actually, after the second or third season, I quit watching it, and I can handle a lot of shit, but it's a great. But go watch Hannibal. But watch Silence of the Lambs. That's Hannibal Lecter. Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rod, what about you? Best summertime snack?
It's watermelon.
Yeah,
gotta be.
Yeah,
popsicles are a close second, but it's watermelon.
Maybe a watermelon popsicle.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh snap! That might break the matrix right there. For me, I'm gonna go. If I would have voted, I would have voted popsicles, because I grew up eating popsicles a lot as a kid with soccer games, baseball games in the summertime, and all of that. But for me, like the best snack, like I'm a huge ice cream guy, and I know that's probably not the healthiest thing, but I have ice, whether it's December, January, February, or July, I'll have ice cream in the freezer, and I love ice cream. So love watermelon, but if I had my choice, I'd probably go popsicle or ice cream, but it is what it is. I am very much in the minority with that one. Watermelon in first place, huge at 43% of the vote. Ice cream in second place with 33% of the vote. Then it drops off dramatically. Popsicles at 13%, pizza at 10%, and other at 2%. And I'll go through real quick.
Now, have you ever had watermelon where you drill the hole and turn the vodka bottle upside down and
vodka Everclear?
Well, that works too.
I've got something better for you. Around here, it's moonshine.
Well, that works.
There you go.
Yeah,
same thing.
Yeah,
it's a lot of same thing, but it's a lot of distilleries around here.
Unleaded gasoline, basically. So
basically, yeah, no doubt. Oranges got a big thing, and the 2%, the majority of the 2% that voted for other, a lot of it was oranges, and
I'm going to tell you,
you can see that as well.
I mean,
oranges are pretty good.
Something I really do appreciate, and I'll drink them year round, but especially when it starts getting hot, I don't know what it is. Cherry limeades from Sonic, man, are like, they're so amazing when it's hot.
My
tonic
too is there you go. I'm a big lemonade fan during the summertime. Love lemonade. We have a snow cone place that opens up in the summertime here with a lot of tourists and all that. Snow cones are pretty damn good in the summertime too. But yeah, there's a lot of good ones. All right. 8 days ago, 1.8 thousand votes. What would you rather own? A Ma Deuce 50 cal, a minigun, an M240 Bravo, or an M60? Ron, I'm going to start with you. Of those four, what would you rather own?
Oh, absolutely a minigun.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Yeah, I mean, but do I get like a semi load of ammo with it too, though?
Oh yeah, ammo comes with it. Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
Yeah. Tim S out there says yes, cherry limeade. Oh, that would be even better. Cherry limeade slushy. Ooh, that would be pretty good.
Yeah.
There's nothing cooler than sitting next to a minigun, let alone two of them. I stand right between two of them at a shoot once, and awesome. Both of them took off at the same time, and that was pretty awesome.
To me, now this is just my experiences. There are three distinct sounds that when you hear them, there is no doubt what they are. To me, a Ma Deuce. You hear an M2 Browning going, you know what that is. You hear a minigun going, you know what that is, and a full auto AK. You hear that, you know what that is. But yeah, I would say the minigun's got the coolest, burp, burp, awesome. Clove, what about you? Of those, what would you choose?
Yeah, minigun. Yeah.
Minigun wins it. This is actually relatively close because, I mean, how could you go wrong with I got a lot of comments, all of them, all of the above. I get that. I get that. This was pretty close because you can't really go wrong with any of them. But winning with 30% of the vote was Minigun. In second place with 27% is the Modus. The M60 came in third at 22%, and the 240 Bravo comes in at 21%. So it was a relatively pretty close one. Our next one.
I was going to say real quick, another gun that has a very distinct sound, if you've ever been around them and shoot, it was an MG42. That is extremely distinct. And they're cool.
What the hell is an MG42 to begin with?
It was the Nazis' main.
Oh, yeah. The little Mauser type thing.
Yeah, their version of basically the Modus or the M60. I guess it'd be more like the Modus.
MG42. Let me look at.
So the rifle. So the rifle that the stormtroopers carried around on Tatooine was an MG42. Just saying.
No kidding. Yeah. How about that? See, we can bring anything back to Star Wars, folks. We are nerdy like that.
Exactly.
No, just saying.
They weren't really meant to be carried hand fired, but
stormtroopers can't hit anything with it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Exactly. This is true.
Buck out there says Clover wants a minigun and 22 LR.
Oh,
sweet.
Wouldn't it? Yeah, I've seen some miniguns. Cool. I've seen some airsoft, and then I've seen some BB miniguns before.
Well, I think a BB minigun would be pretty awesome. Hell yeah.
You talk about tear some stuff up, man. Woo.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Next one was 5 days ago. There must not, this got it didn't get a lot of hate, but there's only 787 votes. That's like the lowest vote total we've had in like a year. So the question was, what's the best movie of the three? Godfather Part 1, Godfather Part 2, and Godfather Part 3. Apparently there was not a lot of people like The Godfather. So shame on you. Of the three Godfather movies, Clover, do you have a favorite?
The original, yeah, by a long shot. Yeah.
Rod, what about you?
I'm the same. It's not even close.
Yeah. To me, it actually is close. I still give the first one the nod, obviously. But I'm a huge fan of Part 2, especially the throwback scenes where De Niro's playing the young Vito Corleone coming over and how he became the godfather of working at a butcher and all of that stuff, a little market. And I think overall, of course, one's the best, but I do love the old throwback to when De Niro plays young Vito is pretty awesome scenes into. And what did Jake? He just says he has not seen any of those. My God, son. There were movies made prior to 2010. Just saying.
Somebody buy him a Netflix account.
Right. Part 1, Part 2. 2 is pretty good. Casino or Goodfellas. Now, we could go into Casino or Goodfellas and have a completely different conversation. Absolutely. Goodfellas, man, I might even put Goodfellas behind Godfather 1 and ahead of Godfather 2. Goodfellas is unreally good. And rest in peace, Ray Liotta. I don't know if you guys knew this. Ray Liotta died not too long ago.
Yes, he did.
And he was a great actor. The first time I ever saw Ray Liotta was in Field of Dreams. He played Shoeless Joe Jackson. That I remember him in. And then obviously Goodfellas came out, and good Lord. That might be good. Honestly, that's him and Pesci. That whole, it was just a beautiful movie. It really was just a beautiful movie. Goodfellas was great. But as far as the Godfather movies, overwhelmingly 75% of the vote, Part 1 gets it, 20% with Part 2, and there was 4% of the people that have lost their damn minds and said Part 3. Part 3 was made to make money. Let's just be honest. But
gotta have the money grab.
Yeah, but man, 3 was not good. Is that my girlfriend?
Yeah. She just got home from work.
Hey, girlfriend.
Hey.
Hey.
But the boss is home, so we got to be good now.
You got to start talking shop now.
That's right. Now we can have some fun.
Yeah, well, you're here. We can get Rod out of here, and we'll just,
Well, when you called, when we were starting, Trey's like, you better not ditch that call. I said, oh, done already.
He's going to blame me for that shit.
He was like, don't do it. He's like, don't do it.
Thanks for sticking up for me, Trey.
Hey, I'm here for you.
Thank you. All right. See you later.
See ya. The next poll 3 days ago, 1.9 thousand votes. What would you rather have? Steak, chicken, pork chop, or some kind of seafood? Rod.
I'm sorry. Shelly was just talking about food, so it was steak.
Steak, chicken, pork chop, or seafood of some kind.
Oh, it's steak.
Yeah,
most definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, real quick, Marcus out there, is anybody watching The Offer about making up? That's one of my favorite. Yes, I watch that every week. It's over on Paramount Plus, guys. If you got Paramount Plus, go watch The Offer. It's not a documentary, it's an actual show, but it's a show about the making of the original Godfather. And man, they went through hell making that thing. It's pretty cool. Anyways, Clover, steak, chicken, pork, or seafood?
Who's buying?
Rod.
I'm buying. Steak. What do you want?
Steak.
All right.
Steak.
Now,
if I'm buying chicken all the way, but steak.
That's fair. That's fair. Let's bring the cat out of the hat. When I first met Clover 5 years ago, this motherfucker wanted his shit well done.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What was wrong with me?
Luckily,
you still became friends with him.
I basically forced him to eat at least medium, and he's between steak being medium and getting away from jeans and finding tack pants, cargo pants, whatever. I think I've been a positive influence on Clover's life. I'm just saying.
I hear you're looking at a high power though, so you need to just shut up.
I am looking at a high power, so there's there's a little bit of footage coming.
And look at that hat he's got on. Tell me that ain't good.
Look at the hat. Yes,
it's. For those that know what I do for a living, it makes perfect sense.
It does.
Fuck you. Yeah, for me, it's obviously going to be steak. The only thing that I like coming out of the water is shrimp, crab, and lobster. So you give me a shellfish, I'm okay. Seafood, I'm not a big fan of. I like a good tuna steak, but tuna doesn't really taste fishy very much. I'm not a big fishy smelling person.
You probably don't like trout then.
I can't stand trout.
I'm not a saltwater. I'm okay with trout. Crappie's my favorite.
There's a lot of crappie around here. A lot of people have crappie, crappie boils or whatever they cookouts, and crappie's big around here. Stripers are big around here. Obviously, the trout.
I have somebody that'll ship me some, dude. Seriously.
Oh man, that's not a problem. Not a problem. 62% of the vote steak. Seafood 21%. Chicken 14%, and pork chop is 4%. I'd probably pick pork chop second behind a steak. I love a good pork chop. There's no love for the pork chop, man. No love for the pork chop. You know, he's saying spoonbill is awesome. Swordfish. Obviously, my G says I sell newspapers on the streets in the 20s. That's fair. That's fair.
You see Buck wants the steak, seafood, and pork chop.
Well, that's my kind of guy. That's my kind of guy. I should have put eat all the above, you know. My wife likes a good salmon too, Ozzy. Yep, for sure. Yeah. Excuse me. The next one. Yesterday, 1.9 thousand votes. Which caliber? Always a great discussion when it comes to calibers. 9 mil. These are the ones. The 5 I went with pistol calibers on this one. 9mm, 380, 40 Smith, 10mm, and 45 ACP. Rod, what about you? If you had a preferred pistol caliber, which one would it be?
There's only 1mm, and it's the 10. It's got to be a 10 millimeter.
I love a 10 millimeter, but you're wrong.
No.
And I know
No.
wrong. He's probably going to say 10 also as well, but he's
Master
a big
race.
he's a
Master
big 380
race.
fan too, though.
Not over the master race. No way.
Yeah.
10
Ooh, now John
millimeter
brings the
all the way.
tomahawk. I could get down the tomahawk anytime. That's a great. Yeah.
I know that 9 millimeters God's caliber, but I'd still do 10.
The Lord's caliber showed up with 65% of the vote. 45 ACP, ironically, in second place with 16%.
Really?
Yes.
Shouldn't even have got 2%.
There's a lot of 1911 fellas out there, you know.
Yeah, but if they're 1911 fellas, you'd think they'd be a 10 millimeter 1911.
I have
best of both worlds.
I have one 1911 and it is in 10 millimeters. So
me too. I have one.
The only thing that John Moses Browning got wrong with the 1911 was the caliber. That was it.
Here you go. Now, Jesse out there says 45 ACP because allegedly it can kill the soul. Well, if you're going that way, according to Biden, the 9 millimeter can rip a lung through the body. I mean, you know, it's the deadliest caliber in the world. It can literally take your lung and blow it out of your body. It's that powerful.
Well, it's been confirmed battleships have been sunk with a 9 millimeter.
No, it has to be, right?
Confirmed.
Absolutely. Wow. 10 millimeters in third place at 9%. This is some crazy ass shit here. 40 gets 7% of the vote, and 380 comes in last at 2.
40 got 7%.
40%
Man,
are absolutely batshit crazy
those
in my
people
audience.
need to seek some professional help. Good
Lord. I thought it'd be higher than that. Where's G23? He should be on it.
Right.
I think I banned him for this question. He's no longer allowed to come and comment while I do the poll with calibers. So, yeah.
But I'm not against a 40, so.
The only thing that's good about a 40 is it can be converted to 357 SIG. Just saying.
You know what? It'll kill you as dead as the rest of them.
Ooh, Jesse got you wrong. He says, no way, Ghost. Clover's from Texas. He's going big or go home. 45. The only thing better than that is a 44 mag. I actually like a 357 Magnum more than a 44. That's just me.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm with you on that one.
It's the 9 millimeter of you know.
Now I've really come to enjoy 4440 lately. So
have you? Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I really have. Oh, that's an OG caliber.
Interesting. All right. Those are the polls. Thank you for letting us go through 2 weeks. I was an idiot last week. We just jumped in with Mike and Jake last week and didn't even go through the polls. So I appreciate you guys letting me go through that. What we're going to do is jump in with Rod. And obviously, like I said, Aegis Gun Care is phenomenal. Friends of the show, but more importantly, they're just friends. Rod and Shelly both are, of both Clover and I, and a lot of other people. Phenomenal people up in Idaho right now. And I know that your products have been going great, but you've got something new coming, which is maybe a little bit surprising to a lot of people. But I'm gonna let you have the floor for a little bit and talk a little bit about. I'm gonna put you on full screen and let you talk about the company, what's going on in the company, and then obviously the new product coming out. It's
thanks.
It's your platform right now.
And like I told you before, thanks for having me on. I love being on here. But it's awesome.
You know you're welcome anytime, bud.
Yeah. Aegis Gun Care. Hopefully most people know about us that are on this show. If you don't, we are a there's G23 right there.
He knows that I have to read this, so he put this. So thanks to G23. We do not ask nor do we encourage super chats, but all super chats going to send care packages to our troops downrange. And I'll Ron Burgundy whatever is in the super chat especially for $20. He said aegisguncare.com is the best product, just like the 40 Smith & Wesson is better than the 9. And I will follow that by saying # fake news about the 40. truth about Aegis. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
Thanks, G23. I appreciate that. Anyway, Aegis Gun Care. Won't go into the whole long of it, but Aegis, we're just coming up here, I think, on a year. Well, actually, not till the end of July. Aegis will have been around for 1 year. It's actually been a pretty good year. A lot better than I thought we would, starting a brand new company. So we're still here after a year. I guess that's a positive. But I think that's more has to do with Shelly and having great products. So let the credit be there. Yeah, as far as our products go, I get this asked a lot at gun shows. People go, well, is your product good? What about this compared to this, and they'll throw all these out. And my answer always is, of course, I think our product is the best on the market. What kind of an owner would I be if you asked me how my product was? And I said, we're okay. There's about 10 other products better than us, but we're okay. No, I absolutely think we are one of the best on the market. And ask any other owner there that make them, they'll tell you the same thing about their product, and they should. So that just goes without saying. But why we think it's good is I guess it's good to have somebody that's a gun person that actually makes your products for you, and the chemists that do it, to actually be gun people. I think it helps. It helps a lot, especially be waterfowl hunters. That really gives them the insight in some of the stuff we were going for. And that the product does, like one of the big things we go for is be heavier than water, so we can really displace moisture. That's a big thing. You know, like the old saying, what's the two biggest dangers to your firearms? Moisture and politicians. So, rust and politicians. I can't help with the politicians right now, but we can sure help with the other. You know, so along with that, we've always had really strong on just protecting your firearm, being a good lube, but also protecting it real well. Our product's always been good at rust having good rust inhibitors in it, friction modifiers, and everything else, just to be a really good lube. It's not really expensive. So it's been around for quite a few years. I got involved in this. Chemist guy that makes our product actually was working on this a little bit longer before he brought it to me, because he wanted to have some stuff done before he even brought it up to me what we could do. And once he did, it was like last November, about 9 months ago, I got involved with it, and he had got hooked up with a company that makes they make nano lubricants. And one of the things that they do, and is their patented product they have, is what's called inorganic fullerene-like tungsten disulfide. It's IFW.
What?
Yeah, for short, it's IFWS2 is what it is. But yeah, inorganic fullerene-like tungsten disulfide. There's a lot of people out there, if you do some research on it, will tell you it is the best lubricant there is in the business. They'll tell you it has its base product itself. I read it. Done a lot of research in the last bunch of months about this, and a lot of these guys involved in this will tell you that ISWS2 is probably got the lowest coefficient of friction of any gun coat lube out there as a base product at 0.003. So now you take that into consideration. Most of your stuff on your major brand names on the market, and I'm not going to pull out any names. I don't go down that road. I never talk about other competitors and stuff. I just don't believe in it. But they're going to be somewhere between a 0.1 and a 0.15. So the base product's a 0.003.
Wow.
So there's a hell of a difference. And then you add it. So what we did is we were able to take that and add that to our already existing awesome lube that we have. And so we were able to we're not at a 0.003 in the end with the mixture. We're at about a 0.07, which is still
what the hell,
half of what most of the competition is.
So let me ask you this. So you're using it as an additive to your current lube.
Yes.
Will there come a point where this could be a standalone lubricant, or is it always going to be an additive?
It's always, and that's what this company does is they're additives. They actually started out, it was actually invented and designed first in Israel.
Okay.
And it was used a lot for a lot of years in big mining haul trucks and engines and stuff like that. And they found it was making their oil changes, like their oil lasts like 50% longer. The engine wear was cut down by 40-50% because you have less friction, so you have less heat, you have less damage. Plus, the other cool thing about the tungsten disulfide is that your asperities and your abnormalities in your metal, which they all have,
Right.
and a lot of lubes will do this since it's at a nano level, but this one does it really well. It fills in those as it's working.
Okay.
It fills in and it makes smooth surfaces that are even. And the reason it does that is the WS2, the tungsten disulfide, has been around for a long time. And a lot of the first, if you start, you can go and read a lot of this and do like I have the last bunch of years. No, but by no means am I an expert on it, but I've tried to crash course myself on this a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So there's still a lot I don't know, but there's most of it's at the molecule level. It's called a platelet. So they're more of a flat in there. Thing about doing the IFWS2 is it's a tubular. So it actually rolls like ball bearings in there. When two pieces of metal at a very nano level, they roll across, and when it sheds part of that part goes in and makes the smooth surface.
Yeah, that fills in. Yeah, I got you.
So it's got great.
I'm not a scientist. I did stay at the Holiday Inn Express one night, so I can have this conversation.
I had to stay there twice to get this conversation. So, and not on a government rate. It was full price. So
no, I understand. Yeah.
But what that does is also gives it great shock and I guess just impact and stuff. It really helps to protect the metal. It increases, like I said, of course, if you have less friction, you have less heat. And when it comes to shooting, Clover will know this. You guys know heat's not great for accuracy. If you keep building up heat and get hotter and hotter and hotter. So the better you can control that.
The hotter you get, yeah, absolutely. It's not good for accuracy, and it's also not good for the gun itself. I mean, the heating up, cooling down a lot barrels especially will not go through a whole lot.
It makes them wear faster. They don't last as long. Anything kind of metal that you do that with. So what this does is it just keeps that high temperature down. It keeps from oxidizing. It's got incredibly corrosive inhibitors. So the way it does is it prevents micro pitting, fatigue, just does a lot for the metal. And then it really just gets into the metal, being that it's a nano lubricant. So go ahead and we take this and we add it to our lube, which we already think was a pretty special, pretty incredible lube. And we ended up with something that I think is, like I said before when I was starting to put this out, I put a post that, hey, we're about to raise the bar. And I think we are. And I think it's pretty cool.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share this screen real quick because you have it on your website already. So it is available now, correct? It's up on the website? Yep.
It is.
So I'm going to come over here, share the screen, and do it this way. There we go. And come right here, the fire lubricant with the IFWS2, $9.99.
See, that's the other thing, is it's a very reasonable price compared to what we have, product that we have. But that just goes along with the philosophy of our company from the get-go, is we want to make a great product, but we also want it to where people can afford to buy it.
Right.
Since I've started Aegis, like with our gun cleaning kits and this and that, like our deluxe gun cleaning kits, $49, $49.99. I have a lot of friends and people have told me that
awesome. They're the best
people have been telling me that we're shortchanging ourselves. We should add another 10 or 15 bucks to that.
I think you could. Absolutely.
And I get it, but I'm also, like I always tell people, as a business owner, I'm also a consumer. So I want to have a good deal too. And if I can still make a good margin and make money and then pass on something to people, we're going to do that. Because to us, this isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. We're in for the long haul.
Yeah.
And so we're absolutely going to do that.
The great thing about your stuff, especially the lubricant, is from firsthand experience. This isn't just something that you're going to only be able to use on your firearms. You can use it on a squeaky chair, doors, anything that needs. Like, put it this way: if you need a WD-40 something and you've got some of this, it'll last 10 times longer than any WD-40 that you would use lubricant wise. Like I said, I've used it on squeaky chairs, on doors, on a lot of different stuff, especially at work and all of that. And it's just going to help. But I love the fact that with this new additive, it's not just helping with the lubrication of the firearm. It's going to cut down on heat and all that. It's actually going to help protect your firearms. It's going to keep them better for longer. The longevity of your firearms are actually going to be increased with this as well. Clove, I want to bring you in, and I know you're a big fan of Aegis Gun Care products as well, but do you have any questions or comments yet for Rod?
So did you guys change the bottling over?
As in,
Like the packaging, the bottling. And I know you were talking about that at one time. About going
What do
to
you
a different type of bottle.
well, we didn't go to a different type of bottle. It's in the same bottle. What we did do, though, is that a necessity? I had to go. We've changed the cap. You remember?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of problems with bottles leaking, and we couldn't find a cap that was worth a damn. And so I finally found a cap that's pure blacks. We did change that and went to a different cap. Now that I've done everything I can before I started selling these and got them in to try to make these damn caps leak, and I can't make them leak.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy with that finally. That's been a thorn in our side for a while. And I don't know if we just got a bad round of caps the last time we got them, but it was just starting to get very annoying.
I want to bring up on the screen the deluxe, the field cleaning kit, and obviously, if you've been around this channel, we've given some away. We've sent some to people. Obviously, I have several of them. Clover's got some. What I love about this is not just a one caliber cleaning kit. It can be cleaned basically, you can clean anything you've got. More importantly, it's in a small package. It's a bag that you can throw in any range bag, your car, whatever, wherever you're going. It's not going to take a lot of room, but it literally has everything that you want or need when it comes to cleaning a gun. And if you're like me, where I when I go to the range, I will typically clean my gun at the range after I shoot. I know I don't have to clean it all the time, but that's just, I'm weird like that. And it's great to know that I've got one in my range bag, but I've also got one like in my vehicle, just in case I forget my range bag or I didn't grab my range bag. I just grabbed the gun and some ammo, and it's there. And everything you need is in this. So let's kind of go through, Rod, if you want to take a few minutes and go through the deluxe cleaning kit. I've got that on the screen. We can kind of go through what's in it. You've got a nylon molly carrying pouch, the patch, which is an awesome patch, by the way. The patch itself is worth it. You've got the cleaner, the lubricant, and a cleaning cloth. It also comes with a T-handle, 2 5 3/4-inch brass gun cleaning rods, 4 bore brushes for 45, 49, and 22. One for 45, 49, and 22 in the Jags, a 22 caliber brass slotted tip, a 30 caliber tip, gun cleaning patches, a stainless steel pick, a nylon brush, nylon coated handgun, flex cable. You've got the rifle length cable, cotton swabs, and if you go over to the swag, let's see if they've got the t-shirts up there. Do you have the future cleaning?
Yeah, it's up there somewhere.
Yeah, they've got t-shirts you can buy, and one of them says future gun cleaning rag. It's awesome. But no, great stuff. And like I said, I know that this is the one that you probably sell. Well, let me ask you this: do you sell more kits or individual bottles typically?
It depends. Online, we sell more bottles, but when we go to gun shows, it's the deluxe cleaning kit by far.
Yeah.
I mean, we just sell a bunch of those at things, but it seems like right now we're getting a lot of people. A lot of people are just buying the lube solvent combo because it's a great deal at $17.98 for both of them as a combo. You know, the other thing I want to talk about the gun cleaning kits that I wanted to share with you is one of the other things. Like, this is something I've always been proud of. Shelly and I both are, because we do a lot of expos, a lot of gun shows. So which I think is important, especially with a young company, but with any company, you need to be out face to face with your customers and your clients and people that support you. You find out a lot of stuff about your product. And we've been very good since day one of a lot of the changes that happen to our kits is because people ask us, why didn't you do this? You could do this. Why didn't this? And we take every one of those into consideration. We actually do. And if they have merit to them or we hear it a bunch of times, then we make that change.
Absolutely.
And we're quick to make the change when it's asked for. Like some of the stuff we did with coming up with the deluxe cleaning kit, 'cause it wasn't our first one, the field cleaning kit was, and then adding stuff like the pick into it was something a lot of people talked about. So we did that. People they kind of wanted a two-sided swab. So we went and got the little more expensive, the better two-side, but one's got the pointed end on it. You can get really into things. We did that. The last thing we just did is, because I heard this enough, is this. I don't know if you can see that on there. If you've got one of our gun cleaning kits, you'll see they have these little microfiber cloths in them.
Yep.
They're like 6 inch by 6 inch or something.
Yep.
Well, enough people said, God, it sure be nice to have a bigger one. So I went and got the full size 12 inch by 12 inch microfiber cloths. Now they're in all of our gun cleaning kits, except for the basic. So we've switched over away from the smaller microfiber to the bigger one now, because I heard enough people asked us. They said, well, it's neat to make it compact, but it would sure be nice to have a bigger one. So,
I think to a certain extent, for a handgun, I think that the smaller one is just fine to do its job, but you're also able to get full size handguns, ARs. You can include the cleaning. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the times I use my own T-shirt that I use as my rag, but the rag itself, that's where I put all the springs and the barrels and all that on there, because I know it's going to stay clean. So it does. The bigger the towel for me, it just gives me more room to put what I take out when I disassemble the gun. I'm one of those guys. I'd rather get a T-shirt dirty. I know that's what the towel's for. I get that. It's supposed to get dirty and all of that, but I'd rather get a T-shirt dirty. I don't know why. I know Clover, you've got a couple questions from out in the chat. You want to go over that real quick?
We got plenty of T-shirts to get dirty. Good Lord, what are we talking about?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Marcus was asking, what is the temperature level of the lube?
And to be 100% honest with you, I can't tell you that right now.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like a bad question, but I don't know. If you're talking about a flash point or anything on it with this new thing and everything, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what he was getting at.
Through your testing, nothing's been too hot though, correct?
No, I
haven't had any issue.
Well, even on our original lube, the flash point is set on there at like 125 degrees.
Yeah.
Is what it says on the SDS. But I got to do some checking when we were first doing that and found out that what they did is they took the flash point from the lowest flash point from all the things and made that the flash point.
Ah, gotcha.
Which once you mix that with other things and all the other chemicals, that's no longer that flash point of the whole product.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So and I had enough questions about that years ago that I went out the range one day and took my Glock 19 and I poured it full of lube and I just started dumping mags as fast as I could. And I got the gun as hot as I could get it to see if it would ignite, if it would light. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't get it to react.
Yeah. Whether we're talking the Texas heat, firing a lot of rounds, being out in the sun, things get really hot that way. or we're talking about I've actually taken things and just put it in the freezer.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what Marcus is getting at with temperature level. I don't understand. So if you're out there, Marcus, I mean, you can elaborate, of course, but on either end of those spectrums, from it being really cold to being really hot, I haven't noticed any type of significant issue or anything else with the I know you call it the cleaner now. I'm used to calling it the solvent, that or the lube, either one.
Well, as far as the temperature extremes going that way, one of the good things about the additive now is that's one of the things it's designed for is high temperature. It's designed to combat that and be good under very high stress and temperature. So we already were good at that. And this is one of the next tests we're going to have done. Believe it or not, we've never done it. And I've already talked to our chemical guys. We're going to, because it doesn't cost a lot of money, but we're going to have the freeze test done. Because I do know that I have a friend that used to live in South Dakota. He took our gun when it was like 50, 55 below zero that night. He poured the lube all over his Glock, threw it on the back porch because he lived out in the country. Come out the next morning, he said the Glock was so cold he could hardly touch it with a bare hand, dropped the magazine in, and it took off just fine. Yep. So there was so our chemical guy, he tells me, he swears to me, he goes, just knowing what's in it, he goes, I guarantee it'll be negative 60 plus. So it's going to be colder than anybody's going to be willing to be out shooting in it.
Yeah. I guarantee I'm not going to be out there at negative 60. To try, I will not test that theory. I'll put it that way.
Me neither. I could care less. If you want to go out and sit at 60 below and test it for us, let me know.
Let us know, and make a video about that. That'd be great.
And I will send you all the product you want to test with it. Have fun.
Right.
So Marcus did follow up. And he said, "What's the highest level of heat it can withstand?" But I put out there in the chat, and Ghost posted the website link. I'm sure you could probably get that information if somebody wants it, right, Rod?
Yeah, I mean we can, and like I said, with this new one, we'll still do a lot of stuff. And like I said, with the freeze thing, why we've never done that, I don't know. And I think it's just because our guy that does it, he in his own head knows that it'll be colder than anybody wants to shoot at, so we weren't worried about it. But we get asked that question a lot. So
yeah. Short of my opinion, I mean it's, so here's the thing. It's worked fine with barrels so hot you can't touch them, right?
Correct.
So like what I replied to Marcus just then, of course I told him, get with you on the email or something, but seriously, I mean, short of hitting it with a blowtorch, you know what I mean? Which is unreasonable. It's like,
yeah. I mean, it's like you see people do these torture tests, and I think that's all cool and dandy that you did that to a gun or to this product. But what in real life are you ever going to run into that situation?
Realistic results, yeah.
Yeah, you're never going to. So I feel pretty confident in our product. I don't know that there's an extreme condition you can get in with our problem that you're gonna with our product you're gonna have an issue.
I haven't been in crazy extreme, but I have never had an issue on any platform.
The problem I've found when you design any product for the extreme, it seldom performs within normal parameters.
The normal, absolutely.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's designed for that extreme, so it makes it a very specialty product. And I don't view your cleaner or lube as a specialty product. This is an everyday use, type product. This is not something you're going to break out in specific situations. It's designed to be used all the time.
Yeah,
and
that's what it's
products out there, Rod, that probably Rod knows about them too. I think there are going to be specialty products out there that are for 180 degree, 250 degree barrels or whatever, and minus 100 or minus 60 degree on the other end. And they are built, like Clover said, specifically for that. But if you're looking for something that's going to be able to handle anything that you normally would put it through, whether you're in Minnesota in the wintertime or Death Valley in the summertime, it's probably going to be just fine.
See, one of the best compliments I know I ever had is when we were down in Houston, a lot of our customers that used our products were waterfowl hunters on the coast with salt water. You're hot, you're humid, and you're in salt water. And it didn't phase our product. Our product just stood tall and strong and didn't have a problem with that. which because our product's even heavier than salt water. You pour it in salt water, it still sinks to the bottom. So a lot of those guys down there on the coast that were using our products just loved it.
Yep.
Because it worked very, very well. So, and no, Clover's right. I mean, we're not a niche product. I mean, we're trying to do what everybody else is doing, but just do it a little better. You know, making sure people get their value out of their money. And again, while we're talking about that, I'll bring up something. Since we released this, I've gotten a few comments, private messages to me was like, you guys already had a great product. Why did you take the time and effort to go do this? And that's a simple answer. I think if you're not trying to be better and you're not trying to grow your company and become a better product, you're dying. I mean, innovate. Yeah. We have so much technology in our world now and innovation. Why shouldn't you get better? You know, never rest on your laurels. Just because you were good yesterday doesn't mean you're going to be worth a damn next week that somebody's going to knock you out. So and that's the problem I have with some products, whether it be cleaning products, gun products, and a lot of other things. People have had a good name and they've been around for 60 or 70 years. They have no desire to get the product better because everybody knows who they are and they just use them because their granddaddy used them.
Right.
And I don't know that I believe it. I think you should always strive to be better. If it's possible, do it.
Yeah. Big Al out there asked out there, do you guys have issues with bending the rods? In general, a lot of gun cleaning rods are going to bend over time, possibly. That's just part of it.
Yeah, they will.
You know, I have not had the Aegis rods bend, but I'm sure they will. Let's be honest. I'm sure they will over time. I mean, it's brass. It's going to bend over time.
That's what I was going to say. You want a softer metal or a softer material in your barrel for quite obvious reasons, right?
Yes.
And so if you get something hung, maybe you wait too long to clean it. You should have cleaned it a lot earlier, whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter when you're talking about those style of rods. It doesn't matter who they come from, what the name is on them or anything else. You run that risk, and the same if you're using pull through. I mean, you run the risk of a cable. Usually the cable will snap wherever the connections are, right? You'll pull those connections, but I mean, that's going to happen.
Absolutely. And I want to put out there as Clover was talking. Thanks, Clover, for handling the chat for a while. Marcus, he says, Marcus thinks he doesn't have the info, but I bet you can email him and I'll let you know. Yeah. Real quick. We'll talk about it later on, but real quick, for people that might want to email you or whatever, what's the best email they can get a hold of you at, Rod?
Aegis Gun Care at gmail.com.
There you go.
It's simple. And I do check it. And anybody that's ever sent me an email, I do get back to people. I do read everything. I get back, whether it's, yes, I'm interested. Like a lot of people interest me and say, well, I know about this. I know about that. I can help you. I respond to everything. Might not be the response you like, but I will respond.
Absolutely.
Because I think that's important. People spend their hard-earned money on our product. I damn well better answer a question or let you know something if you're curious.
I'm not sure where he was going with this one. Maybe he can elaborate. Cold barrel versus warm barrel. I don't know if that's a question or a statement. Don't know. But Big Al, if you're out there, if you could expand on that a little bit. Now, Buck out there has the best question that's ever been asked to you. After he wraps his bacon around his AR barrel and cooks it, will the lube hurt the bacon flavor? That's an important question.
Well, I wouldn't consume our lube. I'll just tell you that.
I think Buck needs to try this. I think he needs to be the official tester of this.
Let me know, because this might be a sales point, Buck. Let me know. Try it.
Just saying.
As far as the toxicity level, it's fairly low, though, right?
Yeah, it's still chemicals in there. It's not going to be great for you. It's going to make you sick.
Right.
It's not going to kill you. But I don't think Buck was asking if it was going to make him sick. I think he's more worried about the taste of the bacon. He's willing to get sick if the bacon still tastes good.
Well, I will tell you this. I've accidentally got our lube splashed into my mouth and stuff, and it doesn't taste good, okay?
Yeah.
It just doesn't. I wished I could say it's great and it's awesome, but it's not, okay? But it wasn't meant for that.
G23 wants to know if you're going to be any gun shows July 4th weekend.
God, I don't know. I haven't looked that far. I've been so busy with this new product, bunch of personal stuff going on, not bad stuff, just that I don't know.
Man.
I haven't even looked that far ahead.
No, I hear you.
So, I mean,
I will be working. That's a busy weekend at work. So I will be working July 4th.
You know, and I mean, we have a lot of stuff going on right now. And then, well, because of supply chain issues, which I put out there, us getting this lube was several months behind, which, you know, Trey, I've talked to you about it. We were supposed to have this ready to go months ago. And because of supply chain issues and stuff related to the pandemic and other things, it just didn't happen like it was supposed to. So I was pretty happy.
Big Al,
another thing
the link is out there, Al. I'll just put the link in there in the chat. So yeah, absolutely try it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. I mean, Clover and I, there's a lot of people, Ozzy, G23, Gizzard Gary, there's a lot of Buck out there. There's a lot of people in this chat that use their products, and we don't use it just because we like Shelly. We use it because it is because we like Shelly, but
yeah, to be honest,
it's actually great stuff. So try it out. Clover, I know you said there was another question out there you wanted to bring up. I think it's actually a great question in general.
Yeah, Jacob says, when is it better to clean? Before, after, or during a session of range time?
That depends. Are you having problems during?
There's going to be 3 different answers here if we all 3 answer it, probably.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'll start, and you guys can come in with yours. I would say cleaning it. I clean mine after I go to every range session, and I will lube it up right after I get done cleaning it. Now, there are guns that I'll go and shoot that I might not have shot for months or a year or something like that. And I'll always check them before I take them out and shoot them. Sometimes you might have to put a little lube on the slide or on the rail or whatever to make sure that it's going to cycle properly. But for me, and I can only say this for me, and I'll let Rod and Clover talk about it, obviously. For me, it's usually right after I get done with my range session. That way I know that it's done and I don't have to worry about it. Rod, Clover, your personal preference, what would you rather do?
I sure wished I could say I'm that good to do it right after. Man,
I'm not saying I do it all the time. I do miss them sometimes, but the good thing is I clean enough to where if I miss a range session of 50 or 100, 200 rounds, I'm okay because I haven't gone 2,000 rounds between cleanings. But yeah,
you know, I'll tell you this, like a lot of auto mechanics, their own cars are junk and broke down. Let's just say I have several dirty guns in my safe right now. So
yeah, and sometimes we get, you know, when we're getting things in to test and evaluate, we want to run them to the ragged edge sometimes.
Sure.
You know, on purpose.
I did the PPQ, I think at 2,000 rounds, from unboxing to 2,000 rounds without cleaning it, and just to see, you know, and luckily it did fine.
I would say it's situational. For everybody, it's going to be a little bit different. You know, for me, I've got certain ones that if I want to maintain the accuracy, let's say we had a long day of competition, something like that, 22 long rifle, inherently dirty anyway. We would literally spot clean and stuff in between matches and sometimes in between stages. If you're better off cleaning at the range because, you know, you've shot a bunch through it, and I think you would have to shoot a lot through it to be really, really nasty. And you know that once you get home, you're going to get saddled with other things like I've got to do this or I've got to do that, and you're more likely to put it off than obviously clean it before you leave the range. I think that's a smart move. That's a time management type move. As for me, there's a big difference between cleaning and actual deep clean.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Very rarely do I, and it's because I spot clean along the way. Very rarely do I do a deep clean. Usually, if I get to the point of doing a deep clean, I'm going in to do something else, be that a trigger job or change a part or something else. And while I've got that apart, I go ahead and do that deep clean. I run the bore, clean all that. Obviously, any place that is metal on metal making contact, make sure that that's clean and lubed. Clean the ramps on handguns and things like that. That's just the regular thing, and that doesn't take long. That only takes a few minutes. And then wiping down the exterior on anything that's blued, on anything that has the potential of, a rust spot. Obviously, wiping down the exterior for that purpose. But outside of that, I think a lot of people confuse day to day, minor. I shot 50 rounds through it cleaning with this
I'm gonna
gun's
run a
3 years
swab
old
through
and
it
it's
a couple
never been.
times. Yeah.
Right. They
Which
confuse
that's the
that with
clean.
I've got to strip this thing completely down every time I shoot it. It's like you don't have
No,
to.
no,
You've
no,
got a
no.
quality firearm. You do not have to strip that thing down every 50 rounds and clean it.
And on top of that, there are certain firearms that actually work better. They operate better
They can
with a little bit of the carbon. There's a little bit of that dirt and grime, whatever. There's a little bit, they run better. Now, you don't want it to build up and all of that, but very rarely. I mean, there are some guns that I've never done a deep clean. My Glock 19, I don't think I've ever done a deep clean. It's just routine maintenance. The only one that I can remember doing an actual really deep clean was that Walther, but it had gotten through 2,000 rounds.
Yeah.
And so after I did that, I went ahead and did that. But yeah, most of mine take one of those patches and swabs, roll it through the barrel a couple times, threw some solvent on there, put the lube in some couple places. Boom, I'm good. That's basically what
I used to deep clean all my guns.
Oh, really?
That's what I did for a business, though.
It's true. You got the
This is true. And now when you talk about your deep cleans, that was a whole nother ball game. That was awesome.
I shoot another thing to mention is I shoot a lot of 38 special through 357s, and so that's one thing I will usually do before I put them up is I'll run some cleaner and brushes through the cylinders. Because if you shoot a lot of 357 or 38 through a 357, eventually that 357 is going to jam up in there and hang up. Because you got to realize the 38 special is a little bit shorter, right? So it's throwing powder and other crap where the case is supposed to set with the 357. So that's definitely one thing I think you want to do.
I want to throw something out real quick that we passed way back in the chat.
Yeah.
Somebody asked something about a link and a code of some coupon. I don't have any coupon codes for this show, but just quickly, I'll put it out there. We have a Father's Day sale a pre-Father's Day sale going till tomorrow at, I think, 6 p.m. If you spend at least $50, you get a free bottle of lube.
There you go.
So if you're to buy, let's say, a gun cleaning kit, a deluxe one or something, you get a free bottle of lube, absolutely free.
That's basically 20% off then.
Yeah, so we got that till tomorrow at 6 p.m. And I might extend it, I don't know, but I was wanting to get it so people could actually order something for Father's Day and get it there by Father's Day.
Yeah. Now, speaking of that, Buck out there says that the Aegis ships pretty quickly. Not only are you the owner, founder, president, but you're also the logistics manager as well.
I'm the shipping department. I'm the warehouse manager. I'm Shelly's assistant. I'm everything.
Yeah.
So, but no, that's another thing I really try hard to do because I love it. When I order something, I am the worst customer in the world. When I hit send or buy on my computer to buy something, I'm the guy that wants it at my door in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm horrible about that. So we try every order that comes in, if at all possible, goes out the day that it was ordered.
Yep.
If it's possible. If it's late in the day, it'll be the next morning. We try to get everything out the same day it was ordered. At least get it out of ours and get it to UPS, post wherever, so they have it by then. Yep. So because that's huge on me. I'm such an impatient jerk when I order something. It's like right now, I ordered some cigars and they should have been here yesterday, and they say they won't be here until Friday. So And I only ordered them yesterday, but they should have been here yesterday. So.
Weston out there says he cleans anything he shoots surplus ammo in. That's probably pretty smart. Big Al says he cleans his lever actions.
Yeah, you definitely want, if you've got corrosive for sure. You definitely want.
He'll break them down and just clean because he's taking them down. But I only do that every other year, or if he sees something that bothers him. Big Al says too late. I already bought. Too late for the free lube thing. He already bought. But if he already bought a kit, then did you get a thing from Big Al? Do you remember seeing a
yeah, no, it's right here. It just came through.
Okay. Robert says Biden wants our 9mm pistols. President Biden believes that 9mm is the deadliest caliber in the world.
He didn't say anything about 10mm though, so I ain't worried about it. Bud Light, go Bud Light.
Yeah. I guess I could convert to 10mm if
you have one now.
If the Lord's caliber goes away. But yes, President Biden is an idiot. I said that live, and the two people can say what they want, but he's an idiot when it comes to this.
It's facts.
I do not like the man. I don't like anything he stands for, but I will call him President Biden, regardless of he is our president, and I will respect the office.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the office, not the man.
I don't have to respect the man, but I will call him President Biden. Let's see
here. I'm so pea-brained and I'm old and I forget shit quickly. Something I also want to throw out there that you guys all know about, something that we're very proud of and glad to be a part of, is in every order that we go, that we have, we send down a card about Walk the Talk America with Michael Cedini's organization.
Heck yeah.
I think awesome. What Michael Cedini does is so awesome. And it needs to be, and people that don't know about it need to know about it. So we got a hold of Mike through through Ghost, and made a deal with him that I put all these in every order that goes out. We send one of these cards out with information about his company and his organization. We just love that and proud to be a part of that.
Absolutely. Now, Tim has a very coded message, so blink twice if you need to. Is Shelly a slave driver? She hovers over your work and is a micromanager. You can tell us just us. So blink twice if you need help. Yeah, there you go. I understand.
But you better send in a SEAL team. So
yeah, well, we get Charlie on the phone. That's not a problem. Now
I think Charlie's scared of Shelly though. So
he should be. Now, Ozzy, let me pull this out real quick, but it sounded really bad. Let me pull this out. Not how I meant to say it, but Ozzy says you even have a cool holster for your 10mm, and I do. This is a beautiful leather holster that he made with the Marine EJA on there.
Oh, that's awesome!
Beautiful for the 1911. So yes, thank you so much. It is gorgeous, and yes, thank you so much for that. And let's see here. He said, I don't trust any politicians. Ron Wayne. This is John's younger brother, Ron Wayne. He says, hey y'all. There you go.
but honestly, as far as Shelly goes, I am the luckiest guy in the world. I have a wife that lets me go do all these crazy ideas I want to do and supports me 100%, to the point to where she works a full-time job and works hard, and it gives me the time to try to build our company and just do this. So yeah. No, she's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, she is awesome.
And she actually takes a part in this company. So it's cool to watch her over the last couple of years getting into guns and know more about it. Now to see her at gun shows, she makes more sales at gun shows than I do before.
She owned it at Wanamaker Lab. I mean, that was was hers. She owned it.
If she's got her at our table,
let's be honest, we're friends with you to get close to Shelly. That's the reality.
There's times we'll be at a gun show and it'll get slow. I'll just leave, go wander around the gun show. Till I come back, she's busy.
Yep.
She's got her own Aegis Gun Care cup too.
She does.
Yes, she does. That somebody's darling wife made and did an extremely good job on.
Yes, she does.
I guess so. Only took her like a month and a half.
It's pretty awesome.
Now, Big Al, I think a lot of us could relate to this. He said, I love my wife, and she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. That's what she has written down for me to read. I understand.
Oh, Al, I'm right, too. I have the notes right here. Okay.
You got the outline. Yeah, yeah. I get text messages from mine. Make sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I don't stray from the script.
Yeah. Oh, you know better because you'll get the lotion in the bucket if you do.
Oh, another thing, quick. Anybody gets our lube, our new formula, it's because of it's an additive and everything. So we had new labels done. It says shake well before use. You need to shake it really well. Get it all mixed back up. Make sure it's mixed thoroughly. It's still going to work great if you don't, but just to get the best possible use out of it, make sure you mix it really well. Shake it good.
Shake and bake.
Shake it good.
So,
shake and bake. That needs to be a T-shirt. Maybe we got to figure out how to shake it.
Aegis Lube, IFWS2, shake and bake.
Well, you could have shake, like shaking the bottle, and then bake, you could have like an AR that like steam's coming off of it, right?
Ooh,
Shake and bake.
or the bacon wrapped around. Oh, shaking bacon.
Ooh,
shaking bacon.
Bacon. I like it. I like it.
Ozzy, I don't know.
Yep.
The answer to that is, I don't know. I would love to be. The funny thing is look at this year at Houston. We were living in Houston until April of last year, and it was supposed to be in Houston last year. We left right before it, and so we missed out on that. But no, I would love to. I want to start doing more shows and stuff. It's just that stuff costs money.
Oh yeah.
And right now we're
holiday. We wanted to schedule it on next year too.
Yeah. Plus, and right now, which you can tell with our new thing, we're spending a lot of money on upgrades and improving our products. So every dollar we make is going right back into the products. So, because believe it or not, this shit ain't cheap. So, especially nowadays, not to be, oh, poor me, because everybody's dealing with it, but my chemical costs went up 30% in the last 4 months.
Oh, I can only imagine. Yeah, I can only imagine.
But everybody's dealing with it, so.
Yeah. Have they released a date for next year's NRAM, Clover?
I don't know if they have or not.
I hope to God it is. I mean, I'd love to go back with Indy. And if we do Indy, we might want to get that same house we were at, Clove. That was a pretty cool house we had. But man, if it's Memorial Day weekend, I'm done. I mean, I'm just gonna be so sick and tired of it.
Okay, I got to address this, I guess, because Joe from Shooting Gallery New England keeps hitting me with this.
He's just kissing.
Maybe we should. Wants us to make Aegis boxer briefs.
See, that's just weird. That's just weird. Like, you know what you can do for Joe? Make some iron-on stickers, and you can just send him the iron-ons, and he can go to town, brother.
You go. That'll work. But
Joe, no one wants to see Joe in his boxers to check if he's got iron-ons or not. Just saying. But
he and I joked a while back doing a Gun Bunny calendar. Getting him and Tony Simon and get some of the good gun bunnies to do a calendar.
You can't put Tony on there because, I mean, if you're going to put Tony, you got to put him in December because once they get to his picture, they're not going any further.
Well, in order to put Tony on there, you'd almost have to use a centerfold, wouldn't you?
That's so fucked up. That's so fucked up.
That's bad.
I'm not saying it's not real, but
he would agree.
He would agree. He would absolutely agree.
So you guys, Clove and Ghost, you guys don't have to get back to me now. Just tell me what month you two want on this calendar. So
if I'm going to go, I'm going February for Valentine's, baby. If I'm going to do this, I'm doing it right.
I'll probably do Halloween. I'll do October.
See, Joe,
fine. You need to do yours whenever St. Patrick's Day is, and I need
that's
to do
true.
October for mine. You know,
That's true. Yeah.
See,
yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
this was a joke we were joking about, but it might be something we have to do. This might come to fruition. So, the Aegis Gun Bunny calendar.
God bless us all. Holy shit. Big Al out there says, "Hey guys, I do want to say thank you. Say again how much we need these channels and getting out new products to us. We need to make sure good products get out here for us. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Big Al, and thanks for trusting us and all of that. That we don't talk about products on this page on this channel that we don't use ourselves. So now Clover will hashtag shill for anybody.
Yeah, well.
But but yeah, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Chris from the 7-4 says, I didn't know it was at Indy next year. It's a 4-hour drive. 18-hour drive. I don't remember what it was. I think it's like a 12-hour drive, I think is what it was for me. And the only bad thing about that drive, it was an easy drive, but there's that little sliver of Illinois that we had to stop at the gas station before going into Illinois.
That was
that was
weird
stupid.
place. That was a weird
gas
station.
That was a weird gas station.
It was like a bit. You know what it reminded me of? So you've seen dadgummit, the Zombieland. So remember when they stopped at the Indian Reservation gas station place? Remember that?
Yeah.
That's what that place reminded me of. I don't know why it was, but it reminded me of that. And I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, it was definitely weird for sure, but maybe it was the whole thing was just weird because that was you had to stop and you had to put your gun in your
I guess he froze
in your case. And who, me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Can you see me? Did I freeze?
He must have. You're good.
I froze.
Okay. Oh, you did. Okay, I thought you said I froze, and I was like, "What?"
No, I froze.
Well, he's always froze. Look at him.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
Like I said, that's fair.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
You know, he doesn't even blink. God.
Anyone that doesn't blink for this long, man, we're going on an hour and a half. It's just not natural. And I guess leprechauns are not natural creatures, so it is what it is.
Well, do you want to? I see that G23 was talking about gun shows when he has time off.
Yeah.
Maybe transition to what we talked about later in the summer.
What's that now?
I said maybe we can just bring up what we've been talking about for later in the summer.
All right. So there is something in the works that we've been talking about. I don't know, 6-7 months.
A long time.
Before SHOT Show, actually. The initial conversation was last fall or winter, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to at the spotlight because this is all Rod. That way, this is all Rod. But yeah, we had some discussions talking about some different things. Some really exciting potential news. Go ahead, Rod, and I'm gonna let you kind of take it away because it's pretty exciting stuff.
Well, we don't have anything set in stone. Well, we have a date set in stone, but what we're trying to do is, I think everybody should do this in every state. Some do it specifically. What we're trying to do is do a range day, and I want it to eventually evolve to a 2-day, to a full weekend, but want to do it here in Idaho. Idaho doesn't have any premier. They have a couple that are starting now, which are cool. These little range days. We're trying to get one for the end of August, I think August 27th, if we can get it all pulled together fast enough to have a range day, have some 2A speakers come out. I'm not going to say the names of the people we're trying to get, but a couple of them are fairly big names.
Pretty big names.
So we'll just have like that day, we'll shoot for a few hours, have some big. And the other thing I'm going to try, I guess I should back up, is it's going to be focused around Idaho gun companies and weapons and accessory manufacturers, and also the surrounding states, Pacific Northwest. So it'd be like Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, Nevada. Try to get these states to have the local companies, a lot of it out of Idaho, though, and promote the 2A community for these states. Because I don't think a lot of people understand how many gun companies just in Idaho there are, and accessories companies. They're fairly good names. People don't realize that are here. So
100%.
it's a pretty big undertaking. We're going to see if we can get it done this year. If not, it'll definitely be next May or June. But we're going to go for the end of August, see if we can get one day. I already got the range lined up if we can do it. And just see if we get people to come out. It's going to be, we've already gotten the name of it. If we're going to do it, it's just going to be called the Gem, because Idaho's the Gem State. It's going to be the Gem State Freedom Festival. And it'll be 2A speakers. We'll have a lot of, see if we can get some of the gun manufacturers in Idaho here to come, surrounding states.
The cool thing that's a little bit different that I think would be interesting to some people is it's going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be your typical range day where you just show up and shoot weird stuff. No. There's going to be a big influence of instructors and instruction. It's almost like an instruction fest where you're going to have specific instructors from all over the country in a lane giving classes or giving their spiels on that, and then maybe even on a main stage or a main platform having them do that. But it's going to be one of those things where you can go shoot guns, but you're also going to be able to work with, speak with, and watch some of the best trainers in America giving specific lessons on specific, whether it's home defense or CCW or CQB, or it might even be some demonstrations that are being put through. So it's not just a go and shoot; it's also go shoot and learn as well. Sorry,
and then,
go ahead.
No, also that's a component of it, and also the other component of it's going to be also like a gun show, but not a gun show.
Right.
We want to have companies come out and set up their tents, sell their products if they can. Be gun 2A, outdoor related things, and then we're also, like I said, we're trying to get some speakers. And kind of what I'd like to do to make it a little different is you'll have the range open, hot ranges for 2 or 3 hours. Then we'll just shut it down, and we'll have a big speaker. We'll speak for 35 minutes, however long they want, most likely on a 2A topic, why we need to protect the Second Amendment, what they're doing, their organization or whatever. Go back to shooting and do that a couple times during the day, and then end up the night, shut the range down later in the evening, 5 maybe. And I have friends that own a brewery here in Boise, and they've agreed to come out and have beer, and we're probably going to maybe have some whiskey taste and other stuff like that. Once the range is shut down, it's a cold range, no more firearms at that point. And not only be a range day, but just get these companies as people to know the companies, get people together and have fun. We want it to be family friendly.
Music, blaring and all of that, maybe some food, some all that, a burn pit. Also, it's going to be a festival, not like you said, it's more of a festival than it is a range day.
And the guy, one of the guys that's helping me put this together, he's got a buddy that he specifically specializes in teaching children firearm shooting and stuff. I'm going to try to get him to come out and just work with kids. If you have your kid, you want them under a good, safe environment at a great range here. So it's something we're going to try to get together for at least one day this year. And hopefully it comes, and it'll be, like it says, August 27th is what we're shooting at. And we're probably going to hopefully at maximum 250 to 300 people. Yeah. So it's something we're looking for. I wanted to do it for a long time. Like Trey said, I've talked to him about it for quite a long time. I'm going to try to get this. I think it'd be fun, and get to see some companies.
Yeah. What I love about when we started first talking about this was the idea of it's what's different than every other range day that everyone has. And you're bringing in instructors, you're bringing in 2A speakers, you're going to have a platform for them to give a 30-45 minute speech. You're going to have the availability to give some of the top instructors in the country 30-45 minutes to be on a stage and go over a specific training point. And what I love about that is what you're going to do is close the range down during that and say, hey, range is cold for the next half hour. Everyone go to the main stage. We have a 2A speaker or an instructor or someone doing a demo or whatever, and everyone go enjoy this, take a break, get some drinks, some water, some food, whatever, listen to this speech, and then we'll go back and get a hot range again, instead of just saying, hey, there's all this available. having it, hey, our schedule is this. We're going to shoot for 2 hours, have a 30-minute break, shoot for 2 hours, have a 30-minute break, shoot for 2 hours, and all of that. And I think that doing something different, but like I said, having the 2A speakers, having instructors there, having a chance for the speakers, the instructors, the companies, the representatives from these companies at night, that night after it's a cold range, hanging out and able to be able to talk to some of the people that you might want to be able to meet. It's awesome.
Afterwards at the open bar thing too, I mean, it won't be open free bar, but once that opens, we'll have a keynote speaker there as well.
Absolutely.
Around the campfire, we'll have a keynote speaker talk about something not lawn, 2A related, something to that, that thing. And I just don't want it to. And I'm kind of stealing this idea of being a festival instead of a range day. It isn't my own thinking. It's actually the guys that do Kalash Bash down in Texas are friends of mine.
Yep. And
Tony and Clay do it.
They have into a huge event.
I've talked to Tony on the phone and stuff about it. They're great people who run an awesome event down there. And so I'm plagiarizing a little bit. I've talked to Tony. He's given me some pointers and do something like what they're doing, but not around AKs. Just about 2A and doing different, but doing that festival kind of feel that it's a family oriented thing. If next year, if this goes well, we get it going, we'll do a 2-day. We'll have like a cornhole tournament, just do fun things that everybody can be a part of.
Yep.
And meet the people in the industry, and not just where you go to a range day and you go there because you know H&Ks and you want to go shoot their new gun and then you leave.
Yep.
No, come and stay all day, have fun, do this, do that. And hopefully we can do it. If anybody is interested and wants to take part in some way, a company or something, definitely reach out to me, through Aegis Gun Care at gmail.com, because it's something we're still looking. We're trying to nail down some more sponsors and stuff. So no, we're going to give it a shot. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Plus, the other thing we want to do is I do want to make an event for you guys too that are creators, YouTube guys. I want to make an event for you too. You guys can come and show up and have some content and get to have up close for all that.
Yeah. Being able to get some content, maybe even get some podcasts done there, whatever you can do. But yeah, it's just going to be one of those things where I love the idea. And for a lot of people, they've probably never been to Idaho. I've been to Idaho, but being in Idaho, especially in the summertime, like right now, it was like 95 degrees, heat index of 110 today. What was the temperature up in Idaho today, Rod?
Since we had a little cold front come through, I don't think we got over 62, 63 degrees today.
How about that? So for people like me that are melting on a daily basis, going to Idaho in the summertime might be a pretty cool thing. Beautiful up there. That whole territory, that whole region of the country is beautiful. And if you're ever going to go to Idaho, this would be a great reason to go to Idaho as well. Like I said,
I want it to be a 2-day event, but I think we're going to start out with just 1 day and see if we can get that pulled off this year, because we don't have a lot of time to plan it and see how good we can do it for 1 day. And then next year, definitely go all out for a 2-day event.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is I'm not pointing anybody out, but I don't want people to set up their booth for a small company to come out and have to pay $500, $600, $700 to set up their table for a day. It'd be a couple $100.
Yep.
Be something fairly good. We're not looking to this isn't a thing we're looking to make a lot of money at. We're shooting to break even would be great. That would be the best thing. And just have a great event for everybody to have fun and hang out.
Yep. No, for sure.
But something I want to throw out there. If we get it nailed down for sure, I will definitely be blasting stuff, and we'll put up a website that people can pre-buy tickets and all that. So, and we don't want tickets to be expensive. They'll be $20, $25 maybe.
Yep.
Try to make it so the family can go.
Yeah. And that's the thing you got to understand out there. Renting a range for a day is not cheap. So this is not going to be a free event. You actually, like I said, not trying to make any money off this, but he's also not trying to lose his ass in this either. So there are built-in costs to what he's doing. So
yeah, luckily we got a range out here that I mean, we still have to pay for it. I think we're going to get a deal because he's a retired fellow law enforcement. So
he's range down for a day, and that's not easy to do.
So no, we're going to see what we can do, and I hope so if we can get a lot of people to come out and just see what Idaho's like. We're almost full, so you can't stay, but at least come out and see.
Yeah, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, man, those things, people are moving up there like crazy the last few years.
And the range is kind of cool. He goes up, I think it's 400 meters for all you military guys. I think it's the longest range for shooting. So
plenty long enough.
And I've already talked to a gentleman to take up that range as a demonstration. Well,
I wonder who that could be.
I don't know who that could be. So, oh well.
400 meters for that dude is like spitting distance for us, man. What you talking about?
Well, to do his shooting, he told me, he goes, he only needs 100 yards like he did it. Try and buy. He goes, I only need 100 yards, but I guess if you're going to show off, let's show off a little farther.
I would like for, yeah. I'll just put it this way. It would be a treat for anyone to get this chance to see this gentleman shoot who we're talking about. And we'll start letting names out as we get everything cleared up. But let's
be honest, though. It's not even, he's phenomenal enough. But pretty much anybody can get behind one of his rifles, and 400 yards is nothing. Yeah.
I proved that myself. Getting behind
you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Trey.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you guys have done something as long as I've known Charlie. I've known him forever, but the gentleman, you guys did something I've never done. I've never shot that rifle that he did the world record with.
This freaking thing was awesome.
Yeah, I've never been behind that rifle ever.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. When I got behind that, I'm thinking this thing just shot a 5,000 yard shot. World record at the time. 5,000 yards, people. Just think about this. 5,000 yards he hit with this rifle. I'm thinking, good Lord, like this thing's going to dislocate my shoulder, right? And I got behind it. I was on the ground, but I was bracing myself. I was leaning into it. I mean, I was doing everything I could, and I pulled it, and I was like, okay, it's like a 308. Not a big deal. Like I was expecting so much more of just the energy coming back into my shoulder, and I was completely surprised. I was like, wow, it's such a beautiful rifle. Man, just a beautiful, beautiful rifle.
No, but anyway, we'll have people like that. Hopefully we can get it together. It's just like I said, right now with our new loop coming out, I threw a lot of stuff on myself, and so I gotta
do what you gotta do.
Get stuff going.
And Gunpowder obviously wasn't listening too much. He goes, is this an event kids can attend? They're actually going to have events and things specifically for kids at this event. So absolutely.
Yeah, we want it to be a full family event. So definitely. This isn't going to be a bunch of, not that some guys I tell won't be there, but it isn't going to be, how do I put this nicely? Because I used to act that way too. Know-it-all, tactical dudes sitting around all geared up and face painted and helmets. No, it's going to be a family 2A shoot.
Some of that, but it's not going to be the priority of it. No,
there'll be some of those guys there, definitely.
Yes. And there might even be a demonstration with some of those guys. Could be fun. Little CQB or something. Little demonstration could be interesting.
And then we might get a local politician or two to come and speak. So
absolutely.
We'll see what we can do.
Looking forward to it. Like I said, it's already been probably 6-8 months in the making. And at this point, there's Ozzy says, I know who he is. You probably do. But there's a lot more other people that are possibly going to be coming to this if we get everything straight lined out and all of that. There's some pretty cool people and companies, especially around the Idaho area, and not just in Idaho, but around that area, that region. Like you said before, there's an amazing number of guns / accessory / 2A companies and organizations in that area. So
the companies are within 20 minutes of my house. You have Foxtrot Mike, you have Nemo, you have Tactical Solutions. Then up the road a little ways, you have Unique ARs, you have Alien Gear, you have Buck Knives. Yep. I mean, it's amazing. There's a lot of companies right here.
Yep.
You know, pretty close.
Go into Oregon, which isn't too far, and you have Wyoming. You've got Montana. Yep. You've got these companies that there's a lot of them in this area.
Yeah, I mean, just Wyoming's got Magpul, and just a lot of things around it people I think don't realize.
Now Ozzy says, "Is Yankee going? That could be a deal breaker." Actually, guys, and Clover knows what I'm talking about. Literally, Yankee is great in person. He is the same guy.
Yankee would go to a range event.
No,
I promise you.
No, but what I'm saying is if he was to go, like, that shouldn't be a deal breaker. Yankee's a great guy. He's a lot of things, but one of them is a very good guy, and he's fun to be around. If you can't laugh around Yankee in person, then you probably just don't know how to have fun. Let's be honest. So yeah, it is what it is. Weston says you might get Tops Knives to come. Arrow Precision. I don't know where Arrow is. Is Arrow in?
They're out of Washington or in the Pacific Northwest, right up the road here.
Okay, so that's not too far. You might be able to get them. Yeah, I didn't know where Arrow was from, so there you go. But there's a lot of them in that area, so yeah.
Yeah, and then also, Weatherby is now in Wyoming for the last 6 years, so they're just a few hours away. But I don't know. We just got to start getting a hold of people, and I just kind of fill it out, see who's some interest. And I like the chat. There's some interest. People like to come. Yeah, it'd be fun.
It would be a good time. And it's going to be different.
Plenty of places. People need to realize something. Plenty of places to stay and do in Boise. The Boise Valley here, God, I think it's pushing 900 to 1 million people in the valley. 900,000.
Wow.
For the whole valley. There's actually a lot of people here. So it's actually a pretty big city.
That big. You got like 97. It's been a long time.
Well, you have Boise, Caldwell, Meridian, Nampa, Eagle. You have all these towns that are all just basically one anymore. It's just one metro area.
Exactly.
So, and it's a cool place to live and be. Boise's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Before we get out of here, Clove, I want to give you a few minutes, and before I give Rod a chance to close it up, but give you a few minutes to talk about maybe some projects coming up, where people can find you, what you've got going on. If I should preface this, if you plan on doing anything, where could they find you, and what might that be?
This is true. Well, I've got a video that dropped earlier, 5 cool guns I've seen at NRAM. And then tomorrow we'll have a podcast. I'm not sure what time, but just check the community tab or whatever on YouTube for that. But with Kids Safe Foundation, so should be a good one.
There you go. That's a great organization for sure. Yeah. I'm gonna bring Rod and let you kind of take us home real quick, and anything else that you want to bring up or talk about. Once again, where can people find it? While you're doing that, I'm putting the links out there and all that, but where can people find you on social media and all that stuff?
Okay, about that. But first, real quick, I want to give a shout out quick to the young man that's trying to help me with this range day. He has an Instagram channel that a lot of people might already follow. He's got 30 or 40,000 followers, but it's called Firearms Chronicles on Instagram. So if you haven't, anybody go give him a follow. He's got a lot of 2A news and stuff like that he does. To find us, we're I mainly do stuff on Instagram. So, and it's Aegis Gun Care. We have a Facebook channel that doesn't get much traction. Have a YouTube, but I only got a few videos there. That's not my thing. I'm trying to do a little bit more. And like the one I just did, I had to reach out to Clover and ask him how big of an idiot I was, what I was doing. So, and he was extremely nice about it. So, and by all means, feedback, people interested in this shoot or anything, you got some ideas, we'd love to hear them. By all means, I think it was up there before, but aegisguncare@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Love to hear from people. Our website is aegisguncare.com, where all of our products are there. Everything from shirts to our products to hats to different things. You can get these cool hats.
You mean that cool hat?
Yes, those.
It is a pretty cool hat.
Which to give a shout out to Fully Promoted Idaho. They're the company in Boise that did these for us, and they did a hell of a job. So, trying to think of anything else. Oh, like I said, till tomorrow at 6 p.m. we have the pre-Father's Day sale. Spend $50 or more, you get a free bottle of lube with your order. So we got that going, and that's about it. I mean, it's been a fun year. Everybody on here that's bought a product for us has done e-support. Since we're coming close on our 1 year, we'll be doing some kind of special or sell for our 1 year thing too. Everybody's been a part of that we appreciate the hell out of it. You don't understand. Everyone counts for a small business. Every order, I don't care how small it is, how big it is, we appreciate it all. The other thing, I'd like to throw out is anybody out there, your local gun stores, if you think they might want to be a dealer, I finally got product in where we can start getting some dealers maybe. And so if you know anybody, give them my information. If they become a dealer, if you refer somebody to me, your local gun shop, and they become a dealer and make an order for their store, I will give you a deluxe cleaning kit for free.
Oh.
So.
Ooh, yeah, right there.
So that's about a $50 value if you hook us up with the dealers. So
awesome.
That's where we're at. I don't know what else. Thanks a lot for having me on, Trey. I appreciate it. When I got a hold of you last week, I expected a few weeks. I'm like, hey, in the near future, we can get us on. He said, how about Tuesday? Okay.
I'll always make room for my friends. 100%. You guys are not just supporters of the channel. It's not only a great product, but first and foremost, you and Shelly are dear friends. Yes, we know these people personally. We've been around. They are not robots. They are confirmed humans. They're just good people. So,
well, the funny thing about it's
easier to like products when you're friends with the people that do the great product as well. So that helps.
Take just a quick second to pat Shelly and ourselves on our backs. I appreciate it almost more. I love it when people love our products, but I never get sick of hearing people say, but they're good people too. Because we try hard to be. It's important. Be a good person. It's not a tough thing to do, to be a good person. It's easy.
Well, sometimes it's hard. Depends on who you're trying to be a good person to.
Oh, no, I can be as big an asshole as anybody if I need to be, but
it's one of them things. When you really know people, and anybody out there that has an issue with said
you
product,
shared couches with people.
you get somebody. We'll just use for instance, and we'll use Aegis since that was what we're talking about. They come on and they go, "Hey, I used it, and I had this problem, and it's garbage, and right." It's like that's BS. That's a person that they didn't reach out to Rod. That's a person, and it could be any company. Any company that we're consider ourselves friends with. We know that to be true. That some people are just going to complain about a product, because they're using it wrong. A lot of times is what happens, or maybe something just happens. It doesn't matter what. Pick any company in the world, right? And they could at some point put out a bad product or something slip through quality control or whatever the case may be. And so you got to be willing to reach out to people first of all. And there's people that just aren't. If something goes wrong, they'll just badmouth whatever the product might be. You know what I mean? And it's really easy to identify those folks when you have podcasts like this, right? We can talk to Rod and talk to those folks, and the people out there actually get to see that you're dealing with good people. Then they know when there's comments like that, that person is just, well, you know what they are.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'll tell you also real quick, because I'm not very smart. Rod knows that about me. So but no, and to that point, Clover, and that's why I make it a habit, and I know you try to as much as you can. There are some people and there are some companies that cannot work around a live schedule. Sometimes you have to schedule pre-recorded or whatever.
Yeah.
That said, the reason why I try to, and Clover tries to, bring on products and companies and all that live is for the audience to have direct contact with that company, with that manufacturer, with that person, to ask questions and get a live answer in real time. And it's funny because I've only found over the last 5 years, and I say a couple, I mean like 2, maybe 3 that have ever said, I'm not real comfortable doing the live thing. Most of them say, I'm not real comfortable doing the live thing, but they understand the benefit of it and they do it anyways. And
it's
that shows
awesome
a lot about the person in the company to come on live, because anything can happen live, you know?
Oh, I love it. I love being able to interact with people right here on the thing. It's almost like I like doing the gun shows. I love to talk to the customers and people, you know, even if it's the guy that comes up to your table and you get them at every show and they say, but I use this and why it's better than yours, then fine, keep using that. If it works for you.
I hope it works. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, even if it's those guys, it's just like, it's fine. You use it. They make a good product. Keep using them.
Well, the fact that, you come in and a lot of companies come on live, and this is my experience. I'm sure Clover has a similar experience. But the reason why I enjoy it is because of the live interaction with the audience. But more importantly, it just kind of shows we got nothing to hide. If you don't want to come on live, then I worry about what are you trying to hide. And I always ask, and I even asked Rod, and I knew the answer already, but I always ask all my guests, is there anything that you don't want me to talk about? And a lot of it is, hey, we got some future products we can't mention yet. But if you start talking about, hey, don't mention this product, and you don't want to mention that live that's already out publicly, then I have issues with that, because what are you hiding? And that's the great thing about Rod, but pretty much 99% of all the guests we have is they appreciate the live because they have the direct conversation with the chat, which thank you to our chats. Always great conversations out there. Hey, see, that's why I love my girl. See, take the hat off.
Go us. Do us
take
the whole
the
stream.
hat off. The hat's a little disgusting.
Oh,
but I love the sweatshirt.
I think they're both pretty good looking and styling.
It looks like a damn cookie on your head. I'm not gonna lie.
Just because I have a small head, Trey. Come on.
It looks like
What do you think, Clover?
It looks like a cookie.
Oh, well.
I've said that since they come in. I'm like, I hope nobody tries to eat these because they look like a cookie.
It's the best tasting tat you're ever gonna have.
I guarantee you. It tastes like bacon, man.
Bacon.
Okay.
Wow.
Favorite sweatshirt or my hoodie.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
I
shit you not. He wears that more than she wears an Aegis one.
She's got great taste. I can't help when she got great taste. That's because her one's now a gun cleaning rag, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it was built for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It sure is, but no, that's pretty good.
Ozzy says,
Love
you
you guys.
don't want this mug. Love you, Shelly. Thank you for coming back on. Ozzy says, "You've met me. You don't want this ugly mug on your show." Ron says, "I was amazed how much more crud came out of my barrel using Aegis versus the other brand he was using. He sold 100%."
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was gonna real quick though, what we were talking about before Shelly come in, and I mean it for the most part, especially when it comes to our company and our business dealings. I really am pretty much an open book. I mean, I probably share too much at times because I feel like being genuine with people because I want people to be genuine with me.
Yeah, sure.
So it's just, I don't know. It's that old saying, treat people how you want to be treated. And I firmly believe that.
Bingo.
100%. So,
Bingo. Yep.
Oh, well.
So, thanks for coming on. More importantly, thanks for bringing Shelly on for a couple cameo spots. But no, thanks for coming on and looking forward to all the products. I know you've got other things that are floating in that big dome of yours for future products and all that. So
there's a lot of room in there. They're bouncing around because there's a lot of room.
Yeah, I promise you, some of the discussions that I've had with Rod, you ain't seen nothing yet. So some really cool stuff coming down the line, probably. Yeah, he's always looking to push the envelope. He's always looking to improve and all of that. But thanks, my friend, for coming on. Clover, as always, thanks for coming and riding shotgun and all of that, handling the chat. I appreciate you very much. Anything else, Clover or Rod, that you guys last minute we didn't talk about, you want to bring up, or any final words? Go for it.
I don't. Just thanks a lot. Like I said, thanks for people that have been customers. Thank you. And the ones that are going to be customers, because hopefully you all will, because we cannot take over the world without everybody. So let's keep that in mind.
It's all about world domination.
Exactly. There's an evil plan here.
Start calling you Dr. Evil. Yeah.
Oh, well. But what I found out is I can't take over the world yet with $4.17. So
you could take over a starburst. So you could take
all right, that's good. Thanks a lot, though.
Thanks, guys, for coming on. As always, thank you for watching live. The audience, great questions, great interaction. If you're watching this in replay or listening in podcast form, the conversation does not have to stop here. Utilize the comment section. Ask questions to myself, Clover, or Rod. We'll make sure that whoever the question is intended for will get that, and we'll get the answer to you guys. So utilize that. If you're out there in podcast form and they have a system of ranking the podcast, and you feel like you want to give us a good ranking, great. If not, give us a poor ranking. It's whatever. Just but utilize the ranking system. It does help the algorithms over there. More importantly, get out to the range. Be more proficient with your firearms. Most importantly, enjoy being an American. Enjoy the freedoms that come with being an American. And one of those is carrying, and it also is the right to keep and bear arms. Get out there. Be more proficient, take someone new to the range, and all of that. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Semper Fi.